Are we going? I think we're live. Let me make a little post. Hold on. This keyboard makes me feel like I'm a hacker. Wonderful. Let me just set up a thing real quick. I need to be able to see all of my notes. And I can't have everybody else seeing them. Just give me 1 second. Also, let me know if music is bad. I can't hear it. Because I don't want to. Hang on a second. Anyways, today, we're writing a book. Well, we've written a bunch of a book. If I go over to this thing, let's see, words. We're almost at 12,000, which is pretty cool. I haven't written anything in here for like, I don't know, a week or two. I needed to let it stew in my head. But I've had some thoughts. I've had some ideas. I've done a little plotting. I've done a little honing in on theme. Excuse me, based on what I've written so far. Because I try not to, like, pin myself in as soon as I've started with, like, this is what it has to be and be about. But I feel like I have a good gist of what I want now, after having written almost 12,000 words. And so, with that in mind, I've gone back and I've done a little bit of theme plotting. I've done a little bit of theme plotting. And so I want to kind of like weave some more ideas into here. I think it'll make it a little bit stronger. And then if by the time I finish that, I still have time left to do more writing, then we'll write more. But I just want to go through the whole thing today, at the very least. Hello, greetings, greetings. I hope your day is going well. Also, I hope Farkas lives. I think this is one of his last days. It might be looking bad for him. It might be looking really bad for him. But what are you gonna do? You added a normal amount of frogs to the town? That does not sound... Oh my god. Where did you get all of these? That's crazy. Oh my god, is he gonna live? Oh my god! Just like that? Just like that? That's crazy. That's crazy. I was really thinking I was gonna have to go kill him. I did just breathe in that sip of tea. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, I also... if any of you... Oh my god. If any of you guys have an iPhone, I don't know if it does this for you, but sometimes, like, if you swipe left on the home screen, it pops up just, like, random pictures from your photo reel. Please don't die. It kept popping up this one this week, and so I did a thing. Hold on a second. Here's a good place to put this. I had a sudden burst of inspiration, and so I have submitted this picture to the Twitch emotes. Yay! Beautiful! Isn't that gorgeous? I think it'll be great. No, not after what I just went through. What's wrong with you? Oh my god. My throat hurts. Okay. Anyways, I need my notes. I never actually fully pulled up my notes. Okay, I need to make a note for myself at the very bottom of this. Let's do bold. That's bold. There we go. Okay, saving that. If we get to it today, we get to it. I have to do some laundry today, which I don't know how long. Unless I like really get into writing and then I just want to do laundry while I'm still writing. But eventually I do have to go because I'm making lava cakes. And I have to make those to be ready tomorrow. I'm very excited. If anybody wants a lava cake, give me your P.O. box. I should send you a lava cake? Maybe I will. Yeah, give me your P.O. box. I'll give you a lava cake. It definitely will not be moldy by the time it gets there. Ad time? Ad time, I think. Well, if any of you guys can see me right now through ad time, we're gonna get to doodling. Gonna get to writing. I'm in a strange mood today. Is ads done? Are ads done? Is ads over? Are we adless? Are we out of ads? I don't want to say anything important while ads are going. I'm focused. I'm going to... Oh my god. I'm going to assume or hope that ads are done now. So nice to meet you. Oh my god. Also, if you want words on stream turned on, let me know. Right now it's just idling. I don't know if there's like a command that you guys can use to start it. I don't actually remember. I don't know. But if you want it, I will turn it on. Oh my god. It's done. I just got the official notice. Mary Farkas Tonight challenge ended. Oh my god. It would be really funny to immediately go and do that, like, right now. But I am gonna write. Maybe we write enough and then we go Mary Farkas. I don't know. We'll see how the day progresses. You're working on gardening stuff, like IRL gardening? I thought that when you were at work, you only made exceptions for certain things. That's very cool. I didn't know that you did IRL gardening. Is it flower garden? Is it edible plant garden? Or maybe a mysterious third option? Oh, you have some herbs and flowers? That's very cute. That's very cute. I don't know how, but we've tried to keep a couple aloe vera plants here. We keep killing them. I don't even know how that's possible. You have some grow lights? Oh, that's very cute. I should get some grow lights. There's a couple of my plants that I think they hate me. I think they hate me, and I don't blame them. Our apartment doesn't get a lot of, like, direct natural light to begin with. And then during the summer, if it does get a bunch of direct light, it's painfully hot. So I think they deserve some grow lights. You're getting a carnivorous plant? Called butterwort. Hold on now. Butterwort. It's kind of beautiful. Little succulent. You know, they killed your snapdragons. That makes sense. They eat gnats. That's very cool. They eat gnats. And enemies. I tried to take care of an air plant once. I got a couple air plants shortly after I had first moved to LA. They didn't have a very good life. They didn't have a very good life. I followed the instructions that I was given. They died really fast. Although I did forget about them one time and I like left them in the bathroom sink. You're supposed to like let them bathe sometimes. Some of them you miss them, some of them you bathe them. I might have bathed it for too long. Other plants attract tons of gnats. That's very fitting. You're making like a little ecosystem. Normally horrible with plants. Hell yeah. If you did it once, you can do it again. Okay, I'm gonna write for real. For realsies. Well, edit. For real. I swear. Sounds very cute. I love snapdragons so much. We used to have mint and lavender. I don't think we do anymore. But we do have pothos. My grandma used to do these really cool things with snapdragons. Where like, she had these big garden beds. And apparently, like, snapdragons can share root systems. And so she would plant, like, different colors in different areas and then leave, like, space open between them. And then as new snapdragons grew, like, as they expanded, they would come up as blends of the colors. Right? So she would have, you know, like, blue and red, and eventually they would start, like, merging into a little, like, blue, red, purple color in the middle. Or like she had ones that looked like these little sunsets with the colors that she'd combined. It was very cool. Sonnet Bronze Snapdragons? Now hold on. Oh, those are beautiful. Kind of tough since they don't handle heat and need full sun. Okay, that's very picky. Very picky. Those are gorgeous. Wow. They can't hand... What? 115 degrees? 115 degrees in the window? That's crazy. I'm never visiting your window. Black window planter plus concentrated sunlight. Yeah, that's a lot. It's like my car. Okay, I want to change this a little bit. Let me ponder. I'm wanting to kind of expose another little element of this place. Just considering, I think this is probably a good place. I don't know. Sorry, I hope you don't hear me gulping tea. I hope that the mic filter does not pick that up. How dare you soggy me again? You come to my home on the day of my daughter's wedding. Do you soggy me? Soggy's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Little do you know. Little do you know. Surprise. The words are not coming to me. But they will. Actually, you know what? I'm changing my mind. Not about you getting married. Just about what I'm writing there. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. The more I'm thinking about it, it doesn't feel like the right place. I'll explain when I get to a place that makes sense. But for now, I edit. Hey, Nightbot. It's a good place for it? Don't know. Maybe not. I don't think so. Maybe not in this chapter. Join stream for some lovely background as I garden and take care of chickens. Now I'm getting married. What is this? You never know what's going to happen. When you arrive at twitch.tv/Breadly is streaming, you never know. Now you're getting married. Let's get rid of this "the." Let's do... Empowering? Empowering says it 100 days to try to watch out for him. Brilliant. Okay. I'm very happy with this little intro sequence so far. I think it does a very good job. This may be where I want to start adding something else in. weaving something else in. So I'm trying to explore the theme of greed, basically. Alright, so the book follows this very greedy city, greedy society. They screw themselves over with their greed. I want to try to double down on that, like, societally, with a little bit of a very nasty class structure. I want to take it a step further from just like there's people who are aristocratic and wealthy and collect and hoard wealth, and there's people who aren't. I want to make them take more. I want them to have found something that allows this select group of people who have access to this object. Basically, they touch the object, it allows them to then touch other people and take years from them. So they would get younger as the person they're touching gets older. And so almost like a vampiric sort of like feeding on people who are not as lucky as them. That's what we're going for. I think it's going to be very disturbing, which is what I want. I don't know about this little paragraph. Honestly, it might be a little superfluous. It's a little tell instead of show. The longer you use this life drain, the more you need. First, it's a one-to-one basis, but you go above your natural lifespan, you might have to drain 10 years from a person to reduce your own age by 1 year. Ooh, the longer you extend your life, the more you get diminished returns on the life drain. That is a really cool idea. Also, welcome. Hope you have a good time as long as you're here. That is a great idea. I think I will, in fact, put that in my notes. That really ups the stakes a little bit. Oops, sorry, I hit my mic. I need to move where my notes are, so I don't tack my mic in the process. Okay, idea saved. Thank you for that. And a hissing whispering. That's not right. Wealthy would do this life-draining push for things like being drained, becoming a punishment for certain crimes for common people. Exactly. Yes. You can go to jail for 10 years, or you can be drained for 10 years right now. Yeah. That's good. That's actually right on the money for where I'm trying to go. Yeah. I think it's a really cool mechanic to throw into a world. You know what? I could throw some of that in right there. If she's making a threat, we'll just continue it a little bit. Let's see, you weren't the only one of your ilk, but to allow and to force you to mature. That seems very fitting for her, I think. You're not the only one of your ilk. 5 years will be taken from you, if nothing else than to force you to mature. Something about that grammar feels wrong. 5 years will be taken from you. If for nothing else. Maybe at the very least to force you to mature. I think that's better. Why is you taken from you at the very least to force you to mature? Okay, I'm happy with that. this idea in later. I think there's better places to put it than here, probably. Also, while we're taking a brief pause, for anyone who is hanging out and having a good time and is new here, you're welcome to follow if you choose. Oh, it's ad time! Never mind. Still ad time. I need to have my ad panel open. I don't. There might also be some laws restricting draining. For example, it might be considered illegal to drain people that not reach a certain age. This is a result of very young children being drained, their brains going through multiple years of development without the input the developing brain would have during that time, being turned into mentally stunted adults. That's a very interesting idea. I've not actually ironed out the finer details of how that sort of thing would function. Although I do have this concept that they're very selective in who they want to have the opportunity to have a long life like that. So I do have this concept in the world where they pick like specific people from the youth of their little like aristocratic portion of society, and basically like sequester them and mentor them until they're ready to have this ability as well, if you want to call it an ability. Voice is low compared to music. That's very good to know. Let's switch that around a little bit. This is also good because I cannot hear the music. Okay. Fixed, hopefully. Fixed, probably. Let me know. Anyways. Yeah, that's very interesting. It is better? Okay, great. I gotta hone out, because I don't know. There's two other kind of related elements that I'm kind of toying with this. One is just the facts of, well, what I was just kind of describing. With them like very selectively picking people from future generations that they want to share this with, based on their abilities. And I think also how malleable they consider those people to be. But these would be like, you know, the people who are in charge of this part of the world. So I am kind of turning it over my head, wondering if they would have many restrictive laws against themselves, or if they would, if it would be for appearance's sake. I don't know. Something to think about. There's also this, which is their belief that basically they're unanswerable to anything else in the world, other people, or a higher power. A little bit of hubris. Is there a limited amount of these draining devices? Can more be created? The way I have it in my head, it's not a device. It's something that they excavated, which I could explain fully, although it's a little spoiler for later on. They touch it and they gain this ability to be a little bit I don't know what to call it. I don't have a name for it. Life steely, life vampire-y. I don't know. But basically, they've got it locked away so that only they can access it. So only people that they choose can come in contact with it. How many people do you have in mind that have access to this? Just a chosen few, or enough to be measured as a small percentage of the population? I would imagine just a chosen few. Although that also kind of hinges on another thing that I was kind of toying with, which is I wonder if it's like... I wonder if it overcomplicates it to have the people who have this ability to also be able to use it as a gift. So for example, if two people came towards them and one was like, I want to give 5 of my years to this person, that they can like facilitate that as like a bargaining tool. I don't know. In that case, I would definitely keep it very small. I haven't decided if I want that mechanic in there. If I don't do that, then more people. That's what I'm thinking. if this is the first stream that you've watched, also to new people coming in, if you're having a good time, feel free to follow if you would like. It can't hurt. But either way, enjoy your time here. If this is your first time watching one of these streams, the story is split into two separate stories that are past and present that I'm trying to overlap. Trying to pay close enough attention to the theme that we get like the same thematic elements complementing each other in past and present. And so there's like post-disaster and pre-disaster. So you can see it coming in one and you can see the outcome in the other. So we're switching to the future now. It says like a little sequence. The unextending life, does it not convey any powers to prevent death? It does not convey any powers to prevent death, right? So a person with this power can still be killed or die by disease. Yes. Yes. It's just age, really. It's just age. Clunky sentence, I feel. Go down to either none of the bread. The stranger managed to escape with? It probably does it well enough. Playing down to either none of the bread. The stranger managed to escape with. Okay, that's better. I don't know, I might get rid of this too. Whoever the ruler / controls a resource might have bestowed it on the leaders of a certain noble house that supported them. If such a noble with the power dies, the noble house might choose one among them to be blessed with the power. Yes, and I have a more specific approach in mind where they would preemptively begin selecting who would be the next to have that ability. And in fact, make it almost competitive. In that if the house does not have somebody in its newest generation that they would consider worthy of it, that's talented or smart enough to have it in their eyes, that they would then, instead of continuing to gift that family, they would pick somebody from another house that looks more promising to them. Usagi me again? After I almost choked and died earlier today? I can't believe you've done this. I need a name for the thing. So I should include that here without a capital. Not the without the thing. That's our placeholder. I need to write down that name as well. That's a name I keep forgetting. Okay. One of the things I might look for in a person considered for this ability, this power is an ability to think in longer terms. Somebody with grand vision and long-lasting plans. Definitely makes sense. Yeah. Somebody who's going to keep them going. Also, to anybody who is just coming in right now, we're writing a little bit of a story. Well, I'm editing right now. I'm editing through. Let's see how many we have. Almost 12,000 words. We, in fact, have a little bit less than we started with today, because we nixed some lines. But when I get through this, then we'll start adding a little bit more, a little bit new. Need to write that name down as well. It's another one I keep forgetting. I really need to come up with a name for this. It's just not hitting right now. It'll come when it comes. For now, it's just the thing. Ad time. Hello, Rye. Hope you're having a good day. I hope I'm not in ads and that you can't hear me. Message failed to send. You're having a very good day? Which message? Because I got the mini game message. I can turn it on if you would like me to. Right now, it's just idling. Also hi. Also hi. We be editing. And maybe writing if we get that far. You working on the same book? I am working on the same book that I have been writing on stream before. The one with big bad eruption. We're leaning into a little bit of the greed theme today. I've done a little bit of brainstorming the past couple weeks. And so I've taken the concept of class divide and I've made it worse. So there's a small circle of aristocrats that have access to this thing that they excavated from beneath their city. If they touch said thing, they gain the ability to basically, it's like a vampire but for age. So if they touch someone, they take time from them. They get younger, the other person gets older. I think it was Edwin earlier in the stream suggested having that increase as they get older. So like if they go past their natural lifespan, then to get like an extra year younger, they need to take like 10 years from somebody else. And so not only is it like a very parasitic relationship, they also have this system of basically selecting members of the youth of their aristocracy to eventually receive this gift based on their individual talents / merits, and they try to find them very young. So they have basically like a collection of children that are talented in things that they want their empire to be talented in. Reminded me a little bit of Snow White and the Huntsman. Yeah. So I think that that's going to be a very fun dynamic to play with. So I'm kind of threading it through here a little bit, except I don't have a name for the thing that they touched to get this ability, that they dug up. I've just been calling it, in parentheses, the thing, in bold, so that I can go back and, like, Control F replace it or whatever. If you at some point name the thing, it might be some name specifically that avoids describing the thing. The ones controlling the thing not wanting people to go looking for another thing. That's clever. So the thing could be a red herring name. I'll write that down. The thing could have a red herring name. It's a very good idea. A very good idea. Or, you know what? I'll write this down as well. Alternatively, could not publicize the thing. They could just say, this is an ability we have because we're better than you. And then only the people who... I keep hitting my mic. I'm very sorry. Only the people who know that it's actually a thing. And it's not them just being better. Yeah. But right now, today, it's just the thing. Just the thing. I wrote this line before I'd come up with this. Because this person he's talking to, Ellerin Preen, has the ability to do this, like, draining thing. But I kind of like it being here now. As a little bit of a bluff. I think that's fitting. Do I lean into that? I don't know. I think I leave it where it is right now. That's fine. This is also something I'm considering changing. I don't know if that feels too blatant. Gemworns are a fine formal order here in my Vist. I think that's more fitting. I think that's good. Added a normal number of frogs and axolotls to the town. So it would seem. So the rumors are spreading that there is a normal amount of frogs. If anyone watching does not know, we do have a Minecraft server that I have only done one stream on this channel so far. And apparently there's a lot of frogs. People will touch the thing, might know it as the thing, but most people don't know if it is some ritual, treatment, or whatever. They do know that there is a way to grant a person this power. I think that is probably the thing, yes. I think so. Because then that lets people clamor for it, or grasp for that power when they know that it's obtainable. They are aware it is obtainable. It's going into my notes. Okay, I do have to get rid of the handshake here. That handshake can't happen because he'd start to die. Uh... Let's just nix that part. That's fine for now, probably. Or somewhere before mentioned he wears gloves. Ooh, somehow in my brainstorming, I never once thought of gloves. That's crazy. Gloves. Interesting. Now, okay, I'm turning this over in my head. I think that's a very fun thing to throw in. However, with this person in particular, I think he might not do that. I think that he would lean into the bluff that he's unconcerned. Or willing to accept the consequences. He wants to... I have a feeling that if I introduce gloves into this, then the gloves will come with a connotation of, like, being aware of it and wanting to outwardly, you know, be protected, which then kind of comes, I would imagine, with, from people like Ellerin Preen, a bit of a stigma. I would imagine that Jerem's character would want to avoid that, and so he would go gloveless. To seem confident around them, as if he has nothing to be concerned about. But I like that. Gloves are in the notes. You're giving me so many good ideas. Also, if any people have not watched these before, have not seen this book editing before, we're now in the past. The book goes between the past and the present. We're now in the past. Cheap viewers on streamboo.com. You guys, I've done something where I no longer have the 3 dots in the chat. This is actually a legitimate problem that I need to really fix. I don't have the mod dots, so I can't click on his name and delete it. Judicious Variationer, that's kind of an awesome name. So please ignore the bot in the chat. I will have to ban him later. But I've broken twitch.tv. I don't have the 3 dots. You're calling the Brickmaster to smite them? Honestly, yeah, if you can report it, go for it. I don't know what I did. I used to have them, and now I don't. She's on the case. Brick to the rescue. Smited. Yes. Thank you. Twitch wants me to write about what the bot did, and now I'm too scared. That's so real. Many who do have this power wear gloves. There might also be nobles who do not have the power start wearing gloves to suggest they might. Oh, posturing. Yeah. Over time, wearing gloves might have become a common way to express your nobility. That could be. See, my first instinct, though, is to have it be protective in a lower class way. That the nobility or these people that... So, gem wardens are the people that I have identified surely as having them. Hey, Nightbot. So I would imagine that the people like at the top of this proverbial pyramid would not wear it because they wouldn't care. They would want to flaunt it. So then it would be people below them wearing them. Gem Wardens, yes. This character, Ellerin Preen, that was in the last scene and is about to be in this scene. Gem Warden. I thought it was very fitting to have people called Gem Wardens basically be in control because they're pretty much running their own little company that's also an empire, and they're in control because they get their money from what they're mining, you know what I mean? It's very capitalism. It's very capitalism. So any bodily contact drains. That is the idea. Yeah. That is the idea. I thought about having it just be hands. But I think maybe anything. I haven't firmly decided. I was going to say something else. It's on the tip of my tongue. And I fully lost it. I have no idea. Maybe it'll come back to me. Could be any skin that touched the thing. Oh, that's a fun idea. Wherever they touched it. I would imagine most people touched it with their hand. Maybe one little freak that touched it with their foot. That's a very good idea. Imagine someone licked it. +1 inspiration. Imagine someone licked it. That's crazy. I'm wondering if this is a good place to bring in more of that idea, but I feel like that will end up being a little too tell, not showy. So I'll probably pull it in more later. A little freak touched it with their foot is off pretty well. Just have to keep his shoes on. That's so true. That's so true. No, because then if you actually do want to touch somebody, and you touched it with your hand, you just want to give somebody a hug? Hey, Nightbot. Cool it, Nightbot. Too many messages, Nightbot. That's so funny. Here's Ellerin again. I love this little scene. This one coming up, I'm very happy with it. I don't know if this was answered, but does the amount of life drain depend on the duration of the touch? Yeah. Yeah, it would be duration. In my head, it's pretty fast. Like almost a little bit violent. Like if somebody gets touched by somebody like this, they can like feel their body aging and degrading. This one was also written before I came up with this idea. So her offering something in her exposed hand does have a little bit of a different connotation. Now, I think I'll leave that as it is, because that's kind of good and evil. Tyrus took the jewel suit without a moment's hesitation. Hmm. This might be a good place to expose this a little bit, actually, the more I'm thinking about it. Okay. Dice held out his own hand beneath Ellerin's, poised to draw it back should she attempt to touch him for a moment. happy with this? For a moment, the two of them hung there, eyes locked, Cyrus's body tense, and Ristian Gemwarden's touch was a dangerous thing. Mere seconds of contact which aged Cyrus, becoming grew younger. I don't know. Something... I'm not entirely happy with that sentence. Does surface area touched matter? Like if it's just a little boop or if it's like, eh. I think probably not. I think that'd probably overcomplicate it. But they only touch someone with the tip of their pinky. Yeah. I think if I did that, it'd probably make like managing it in a narrative way more complicated, if that makes sense. So probably not. Probably it's just any, like, they have that on their hand, boop with a pinky, same thing as boop with a palm. Do I expose this more here? Maybe I do. I would expect that Cyrus's dad would want this. I'm wondering if I should put that in here as a way to kind of expose that people are aware that you can obtain it, and they do try to pursue it by appealing to the Gem Wardens, which Jerem is doing with Cyrus. Somebody just started showering very loudly. I hope that didn't come through the microphone. What a disturbing sentence. There's nothing better to sweeten a deal with a Gem Warden than a promising child. What in the Hansel and Gretel? He popping it into his mouth. He popped. There we go. I might come back and expand this later, but that's at least a good start. That's good. Okay, let's continue. Let's remove that as well. Bad time. I need a little more clarity, especially because they're worried about touch here because of a contaminant, not because of a creepy life-stealing touch. But I think I'll have to come back to that. I think I'll have to write more and like see how it flows, and then I'll come back to it. Okay, we're back in the future now. I think this is the last sequence I have here before I hit new material. down this name as well. Okay, that is just about everything I've written. I have a little segment down here. I think I will tweak a little bit. Or maybe I'll tweak where it goes. Have them leave to trouble with their heist. I want what they did in the sequence before to kind of come back at them. But I think it's fresh writing time, but it's also... I have to do laundry. I have to do laundry. I'm just gonna put a big word here that says laundry, and I have to go start my laundry, and then I'll be back and I'll write more. I have to do laundry. Just the worst. Doing laundry. Be back soon. Is that good? Let's bump it up a little bigger for people on phones. Why did you just Why did you just join back in and see my face? Is that unexpected to be seen on stream? Do we look the same? Anyways, I have to go do laundry. I'll be back. I just have to get it started, and then while the loads are running, I'll write stuff. I'll see you around. I've returned. Let's scroll off my face. I returned with Trader Joe's organic Turkish dried figs. Ooh. Ah, dried fig. Anyways, we're gonna get to writing. I'm gonna get to writing. I have 37 minutes. Until I have to go do laundry again. No way, Trader Joe's organic dried figs? Organic Turkish dried figs? Or is that a different no way? Let's see if I like this part that I wrote. I want to keep it. I don't know yet. Let's change this. Not studio. Right away. The figs? You keep them by your desk? Yes, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. They are little treats. I love them so much. In fact, I need another one right now. Everyone should go buy these figs. If you have a Trader Joe's nearby, most beautiful figs. must contemplate how I want to do this next part. Where I want it to go. I would like the trouble with their heist. Basically, they faked exposure to this toxic contaminatable, I don't know, gas. So the area would have to be evacuated so that they could make off with a bunch of food. I want that to come back around to kind of bite them with a little bit of fear from this ability to draw time out of them, right? To take years from them into another person. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do that just yet. But I want them to kind of emerge from this space, from this scene, into basically getting in trouble in some manner or another, and then being in a very bad position. I'm not exactly sure what I want that to look like. I can imagine it easily escalating to one of those, the little group of main characters, or like his little group of friends, getting punished by having years taken from them. I think that would be very haunting. I don't know how soon into the story I want that to happen. Honestly, sooner is not bad. Not at all bad. I don't know. This is actually kind of tricky, because I want that to have the right ripples through the rest of the story. I may have to think about this a little bit. I may have to come back to this. We're going to go visit a digital cow. I may start up another stream later if I feel like it. I don't know, but I've just suddenly realized I really need to sit with this. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining, and enjoy another writing stream if you want to keep hanging out.